Well, I thought about this for the last couple of days, and I decided I'm not going to change that to a 1/2 inch or even a 5/8 or a 3/4 inch bolt. I'm going all the way up to 1 inch. I found a couple of 1 inch bolts, old stuff I got laying around, and I think I already tried this on the other one. So I managed to tilt the table on the drill press sideways so it's vertical, and clamp that on there, and run this hole saw through, and it just didn't take very long. It took longer to set it up. It always takes longer to set things up than it does to actually drill a hole, so I drilled it. I'm happy with that. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't look like it's dead center, but I don't think it really matters. So I'm going to clamp this one in, and we'll drill that one, and we'll see what happens. So I found this this plate laying around, a couple of bolts, and I bolted it right to the table of the drill press, which is turned up sideways. You just have to loosen the bolt back here. It's down underneath. Loosen that bolt, turn it 90 degrees, and I'm just using compressed air with the air hose, and we turn this on. You need kind of 3 hands to do this, but just run it through. Going a little crooked, so I'm going to straighten that up. So I've cut a hole to have access to get that bolt in there. Okay, so I've got that piece out. It's still hot. This should drop right in. And right in. And it's hot down there. Try and get that out. Okay, there. Went right in. Okay, that's all I have to do. I'll weld that bolt in place from this end here. And I'll just take a piece of steel of some kind. I could either cut a piece to fit in there, or I can re-weld this right back in there. And then I realize this is very thin. Outside edge of that is half an inch, or maybe even 5/8. I haven't measured it, but this piece here is like barely even a quarter. So I found this. I'm probably gonna weld that on, and that'll space it up. That'll give me the original thickness, and I can even go so far as I can weld this in the center of that. Yeah. And that'll be a new piece of wear plate. I can do the same on the other one. I'm gonna do the same. I've got a bunch of these. I'll put a couple more. Again, let me get that welded up. See what you think. Okay. Well, I decided just to weld that piece that I cut out back in. It's not really going to do anything. It's just going to hold that. So that's just 70/18. I'll grind that flat, and we'll put this, weld that on. Almost done. This job's almost finished. The bolt's welded in from the inside with the stick welder, and I haven't found a nut. Just gotta find a nut for it. A little hole right there. Try and fill that. Almost done. I'd say that's as good as new, maybe even better than new. That 1-inch bolt is not going to break. If it does, I don't know what I'm going to do. Fix it. All right, the bolt is it's too small to be able to weld in this square tubing of this. It doesn't come close enough to the sides to do to weld in there. So what I've done is I've taken an old bearing and one of these pin bearings, and I cut it in two. So you have a little knob on the back. Here's a little. This is what they're supposed to look like when they're new. Anyway, they wear out. It's one of those bearings. I put it on the wire wheel, cleaned all the rust off. I got it in there. I'm trying out my new, I bought a brand new tip for my welder the other day. So, working. That's working pretty nice. The other one was falling off. Pretty good. So that'll fit in there. I don't know if you can see that, but that fits a lot better now. I can actually weld that head in place, and it's very straight. It was crooked before. I was pushing against something and it was coming out really crooked. So I've straightened that up. So I just use this little thin blade to cut that bearing. And it's kind of hardened steel, so a hacksaw wouldn't work on that, so you gotta use something. And this is 332s thick. And what I've found with these little blades is they work really great, and they can cut through anything quickly. But the one drawback is they're so thin that if you put that in your toolbox attached to the grinder and anything bumps that, you can see the flex. These blades break very easily. So what I always do is take them right out. As soon as you're done cutting. I've broken a few, and this one actually is a masonry blade. It's not even a steel blade, but I don't do much masonry work, so. And when I do, I have diamond blades, and they're a lot better than these. So the best thing is to store this off your angle grinder, so you don't break it. Okay, I've got a piece welded on the other one now. Just gotta grind that down a little bit, weld that on. And I found a piece for the middle. I have this feeling it's stainless steel. I can't tell, but it might very well be stainless. So I might look for another piece. I don't want to take a chance. I should throw this out. There's no rust. No rust on it at all, so it's got to be a piece of stainless steel. Okay, let's weld that on and see what it looks like.